Thank you guys for watching. This is B-Rob Television, where I am looking for the creatives, the everything that the Jonesboro community has. And one of my guests, my first guest today is Miss Adeeja Anderson.
Hi.
So Adeeja, tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, y'all, me and Rob go back, so you already know. For the people that don't know,
the struggle
is real.
In same majors,
right,
you know the struggle.
Production. Yeah. But you know, Adeeja Anderson. It's funny because people ask that question all the time, and then it's like you think to yourself, it's hard to describe myself. Like it's so weird when people ask me that question. But I feel the best way to put it is, you know, I have that complex personality that I don't feel a lot of people have. You know, I'm old school, I have an old soul, but at the same time, I can relate to my peers, so I feel like that's just the best way to describe it.
You're 90s babies, right?
Yes,
90s
yes, the best time to be. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, when people ask me that, that's the best way to put it. And yes, my name is Adeeja Anderson, but my stage name is Adeeja Rochele. So it's
Rochele.
like Rochele. It's my middle name, actually.
Rochele.
So, yeah.
How do you spell that?
Rochele apostrophe.
Like Beyonce has
yeah,
to.
Beyonce,
okay, all right.
My mama knew what she was doing when she named me.
I like that, okay.
Yeah.
And so, you enjoy to sing, right?
Yes.
When did this happen? Was it something that you started out a little later in life, or have you always been young and just started early?
You know, I'm like a lot of people, you know, you start singing in the church.
Yeah.
And my grandfather's a pastor, so I pretty much grew up in the church. My mom's a missionary, my dad's a deacon, I go to church with my family. So it started when I was 3.
Okay.
And it was back when my grandfather was pastoring in Humphrey, Arkansas, and so I just started singing in the choir. And if you go to church, even if you can't sing, you might relate. Your mom and your dad's gonna make you go in the choir. And
yeah, it's kind of a requirement, especially if you're black. So.
Right, that's just how it works. And so in my mind, that's what I'm thinking happened. And so I just started singing, and I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since.
And you know what's so funny? Most of like Whitney Houston, she started off in the church, and Fantasia, and most big time, they all started in the church, and I think it has to do with the church is going to keep it real.
Right.
You're not going to go out there this Sunday morning sounding a mess, and I think that's how most singers develop that grit, you know. So how did you went to American Idol?
I did.
How was that experience?
I actually tried for American Idol twice.
Okay.
The first time it was in Tennessee, I think, and you know, got there very excited. The one thing that always plays back in my mind is after I auditioned, you know, I didn't ask, you know, what was wrong with me? Like, why didn't you choose me? And so ever since then, that's always been in the back of my mind. And it's just taught me to always hustle. So the first time and the second time, they're both great experiences. So the second time I tried out, it was actually in Little Rock. And I told myself, I said, you know, you can't make the same mistake twice. And so once I got up there, met some awesome people. I just talk to people. So if you're just standing in line, especially if you're just outside, standing in line, you're like, oh, hey, what's your name? How are you from where? Okay, blah, blah, blah. And so I got there, and then the guy, you know, producers, you try out in front of producers first before you go to each round. And you know, he was like, you got some good voices here, but you know, you're just not what we're looking for and stuff. And so I made sure to ask, like, you know, what's my problem? What's with me?
What you can work on?
Right. What can I work on? And he told me, and he said it was my performance. And so that's just something that ever since then, it's of course playing in my mind, and every time I perform, I think, you know, is my performance on point? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do?
Exactly.
And it's crazy because as a gospel artist, you know, it's like you can't really move around too much because you got to be careful. Like, you know, you can't be praising yourself, you got to be praising God. So it's like, you know, it's just something that I just think about, and I know that obviously it's something that I have to work on.
So your distinct style, you will consider gospel, and who are some of your aspirations?
I love CeCe Winans.
Anyone
that knows me,
knows CeCe Winans, she could go there.
CeCe Winans. She's just so chill and laid back and just a wonderful singer.
And you know what's so funny, and how they said that, you know, it's performance-wise, and you said CeCe Winans, she does it. I mean, she'll move around, but she's not. And she still kills it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I think what they were looking for in most American, not trying to throw shade at American Idol, I think they were looking for somebody who they can manufacture.
Right.
Because when it comes to pop music, you can manufacture them. You can change their hair and all
Right.
that stuff. When it comes to gospel,
You gotta
it's the
be
vocal.
careful.
It's
So
the voice.
you're kind of limited too, because
Yeah.
it's like you can't do too much.
Exactly.
And you know, like I said before, it's important that you don't put your flesh in a way, but that you let the Holy Spirit use you.
Exactly,
Like when you're performing, and because it's a ministry. I
Exactly.
mean, and really, when you think about it, music, you know, it's meant to talk to people, but especially when it comes to gospel music, that's really all it is. You know, you put yourself out the way and just let the Holy Ghost come in and minister to people through song.
Exactly.
And so when you're performing, it's like, okay, like I said, you don't want to do no twerking, you know,
Yeah.
do something out of line. Twerking
It's
for
a video.
Jesus.
It's a video
Twerking
saying
for
twerking for
Jesus.
Jesus. Do not watch that.
No, right. And so you don't want the pastor looking at you sideways, like, what you doing?
Do
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand.
You understand? Thank you.
So, let's talk about gospel music.
Okay.
Now, you rarely see gospel songs that's in the top 10 or top 40.
Right.
Why do you believe that? Why do you think that? Because the gospel songs in the past that I have been in the top 10, it was, I think, Mary Mary.
Right.
What was that song called?
From them?
Yeah, from Mary Mary.
Was it Shackles or
So just
Shackles?
wanna praise you.
Yeah,
that.
Shackles,
And but
yeah.
it didn't have. I think it had a nice balance between
Right.
pop and gospel.
Right.
Do you think that gospel, like something like CeCe Winans, do you think that somebody like her can be in the top 10, or do you think that even matters, or like, what's your opinion on gospel music in general?
You know, honestly, I feel like when it comes to gospel music, so many people are trying to sway it in a secular fashion. They're trying to make sure that they're reaching out to the new generation, you know, and, you know, you got to be careful, you know, because when it comes to God, like I said, it's important to worship Him and, you know, not yourself. And so I feel like that's the problem with upcoming music now. And I know back in the day when Kirk Franklin came out, man, that was just something so new, and people were just like, no, shame, shame, shame. You know, I'm sure there were people like that. But now that we've progressed, it's kind of normal now, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, with Kirk Franklin, you know, yes, he did something new, but I don't think it was just so out of there to the point where you're just like, okay, stop, like you're doing too much.
It didn't sway away
Right.
from the gospel
Right,
core.
right, yeah. Like he did it in a smart fashion. And I think
Exactly.
nowadays people are trying to act off of that, you know, and reach out to the new generation and put like that pop in there and stuff. But it's like, you know, I mean, when it's too much, too much.
It's a line.
Yeah,
It's a
when
line.
too much,
Are you
like,
trying to, you know, advocate to the masses,
Right.
or are you trying to advocate to God? And
Right.
I think a lot of them, they want to advocate for the masses. But let's talk about your CD. She has a
Okay.
CD out. You guys talk about that for me.
Yes, okay, my CD, first album ever. It's titled Faithful, and it is on iTunes, so get your copy today.
The link will be at the bottom of
Yes.
this
So
video.
click it.
Make sure you guys go to that link for faith.
Yes, but you know, it was crazy how it happened because the producer, his name is Kevin Bryant, and so his family knows my family, you know, we go way back or whatever. And we're in the same church district, and so he, you know, hit up my older sister and was like, hey, you know, is Adeeja available? And apparently he's been doing this for a couple of years, and I just didn't know about it until now. And so, you know, my sister told me, and I was like, yeah, like, why not, you know?
Yeah.
And so we went, knocked it out in about, like, I say 4 hours, 7 songs, you know, and boom, it was like that. He uploaded it to iTunes, and we've just been promoting it ever since.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so funny. You start like most big name artists, their first CD, even before they got to a label, you know, they start off small,
Right.
they progress, and that's what she's going to
Yes.
do. So be on the lookout for It's Faithful, right?
Yeah, Faithful by Adeeja Rochele.
Adeeja Rochele. That just rolls off
He just
the
rolls
tongue.
off
I know,
nice,
Adeeja
doesn't it?
Rochele.
Thank you, Mom.
One day I'm going to introduce Adeeja Rochele, and I'm like, hey, that's my first thing. But thank you so much for me interviewing you.
Oh, yeah, of
I
course.
really want to showcase talent in Jonesboro.
Yeah.
Gospel, pop, rock. There is talent in this area. There is creative thinkers in this area. And I want to be able to, you know, connect you guys. So,
Right.
you know, if you're watching and you want somebody to sing it, you don't mind singing
Oh, yeah.
anywhere,
I've done
like-
it before. Fundraisers, concerts, whatever.
She sung the national anthem at
Yeah,
the
it's
basketball
cool.
game.
Every-
Yeah, so
every-
I mean, if
every
you're looking
chance
for
I
some
get.
singers, Adeeja Rochele.
Yes, and I just want to mention I am from Little Rock, the Rock Town. So
Oh,
I just
God,
want everyone to know.
she gotta
I gotta
represent. She
represent
has
my
to
city. I gotta
represent.
represent my city.
Well, thank you for being on B-Rob Television.
Oh, yes.
I got some more interviews coming up. Yeah. She will be back soon. Okay. So, look, once she reaches that level, I'm going to say, hey, come back. But thank you guys for watching. Be on the lookout for more interviews coming up. If you are somebody who's a drummer, singer, just have a creative perspective on something, just give me a shout out and we can do an interview together. So,
do it.
Alrighty. See you guys later.